And finally, the 2014 Wrestler of the Year, okay? Again, very controversial results here. Gonna get your thoughts. So, among the nominees were from WWE and TNA, Bobby Roode, Lashley, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. I wasn't able to include Roman Reigns. I thought Cena was a bigger pick than Roman. He had a bigger year, even though the 2014 Slammy Award winner for Superstar of the Year isn't even on here, but I thought Cena might have had a better year than Roman, whatever. So your thoughts, who did you want to win? Who do you think won the 2014 Wrestler of the Year?
All right, so this is a very controversial topic as I need clarification. So we're talking Wrestler of the Year. So does it matter that they, let's say, just hypothetically beat The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak? Or does it matter that week in and week out they're doing these crazy spots and they're called the Lunatic Fringe and they're like, the standard bearer of the WWE? What's better? Wrestling every single week and just putting on great shows, or winning the WWE Championship, defending the WWE Championship, and also beating The Undertaker? What would be a better wrestler's, resume?
Biggest accolade of the year would have to go to Brock Lesnar. But I'm talking about, like, it's different. I didn't really clarify, obviously, when people were voting. But the Wrestler of the Year, like, consistently here. If we're talking about, like, big moments, then I would have put Daniel Bryan on here, too. But I didn't put Daniel Bryan because he had that one big moment at WrestleMania, then had to leave. So that's why I didn't put him on here. But Brock Lesnar's had a hell of a year. Ambrose, Rollins, even John Cena, and the two guys from TNA, Roode and Lashley. So who do you think won?
I would say, because I don't think that Brock Lesnar, it's like in baseball, all right? If you want to be considered as the best hitter in the MLB or the National League or the American League, you have to have a certain number of at-bats to have to be considered in the top 10, top 20 batting averages, all right? If you don't have the certain number of at-bats and you have like a 600 batting average, it doesn't matter because you haven't had the certain number of at-bats. So Brock Lesnar hasn't had enough at-bats in the WWE. So even though he's batting 1,000, he might as well have he's gone to the plate 3 times. So it's not compared to Seth Rollins, who's batting 500 and he's been to the plate 50 times. So I think that Wrestler of the Year is Seth Rollins.
You think so? No, I absolutely agree. I think even though so-and-so has won all their matches in 2014, if you win 4 matches of the year, it's really not all that impressive. So I absolutely agree. But let's see if the people agreed. So winning the poll with 39.3% of the vote, the standard bearer of the WWE, Seth Rollins. And I agree. I think Seth Rollins was the Wrestler of the Year. You and I were sitting here recording this podcast back in August talking about the Superstars of the Year. Do you think 2014, aside from Brock Lesnar, like we said before, had the big achievements, obviously, but of the year as a whole, do you think Rollins will go down as history as the 2014 Superstar of the Year, as we talked about in the past for WWE?
I mean, in their archives, they're going to look at the Slammy. They're going to look at the Slammies and say, oh, Roman Reigns was the Superstar of the Year. But if you just look at everything that Rollins has done, I mean, he ascended from the Shield to he's the top heel in the company right now.
Yep.
I mean, the consistently present top heel in the company. So I think that just his evolution in 2014 has been astounding, amazing, and really, he's truly the Wrestler of the Year, truly.
And I expect him to win the World Heavyweight Championship finally come 2015, so it's going to be a big year for Seth Rollins. So coming in at number 2 with 29.5% of the vote, Brock Lesnar. So not really a big surprise there, but the rest of the polls featured not a huge margin between Brock Lesnar and this third guy, coming in with 24.6%, Dean Ambrose. So very close between Lesnar and Ambrose. Number 4, Bobby Roode with 4.6% of the vote. 1.6% of the vote went to Bobby Lashley.
There you go, Lashley.
0% of the vote, John Cena.
Your website is full of smarks, man.
No one voted for John Cena. And I remember laughing about that last year. No one voted for John Cena. Not one person.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, very surprised about that. But Seth Rollins, the 2014 Superstar Wrestler, of the Year.